from 2022. The American Rescue Plan already provided $1,400 stimulus checks, but we all know that it just wasn't enough. The credit provided parents of children under 6 with $3,600 per child tax credits. This money was made fully refundable. This money was made to the people. This money was given to the people, and this money belongs to the people. So, parents with older children as well were also entitled to $3,000 per child. However, if you didn't have enough taxes to claim the credit, you didn't even get the money. The expanded child tax credit was also made useful to families because, well, it was paid out monthly beginning in June, rather than just being available after filing taxes. Families didn't even have to wait until tax filing season to get the money, or see their money disappear toward their tax bills if they owed one. Instead, they received a payment to the bank account each month from June to December. But the credit was instrumental in reducing child poverty rates, and it gave parents some much needed breathing room. Then it disappeared. It went away. Democrats needed continuing this credit a priority last year, but Joe Biden was unable to get it done. He wasn't able to get the stimulus payments sent out when the people needed it most. Because now the Biden administration has released details this week on its plan to overhaul the current income-driven repayment plan, known as the Revised Pay-as-You-Earn Plan. This plan is going to give people stimulus checks. But now, if this bill is approved, well, Nebraska will join states like New York, Massachusetts, Maryland, Colorado, New Mexico, and even Maine in having a child tax credit, everybody. And this proposal would allow a $1,000 child per credit for families with incomes of up to $75,000. Families making more than that could receive lower credits based on their income. And now one official even said that there is no limitation to the number of children that are covered, and it kind of phases in and out with different income levels. For instance, families making more than that could receive a lower credit based on income, and one state official has even confirmed that there is no limitation to the number of people that are covered, and it kind of phases in and out with different income levels. Conrad also said that the credit would put more money into the people of Nebraska, and it would give them the stimulus checks that pretty much everyone's been asking for. But though many lawmakers across the country have agreed to help the low income financially by expanding this credit, by giving people what they need, by giving people what's needed from the American government. And what's needed from the government is stimulus checks. For instance, the New York governor has already announced a plan to make government work better for the New Yorkers by transforming the way that people access services and benefits. In state agencies, the state will implement significant technological enhancements to reduce the hurdles and improve the child care assistance, and everyone around the United States should begin that stimulus. The Farm Labor Party retained its majority in the Minnesota House of Representatives and won a majority in the Senate. Also, the governor was able to win re-election. One big advantage of a single party controlling all parts is that it makes it easier to send out bills and approve proposals, especially if the opposing party doesn't have enough votes to counter. Analysts believe that the latest election results could lead to a $1,000 stimulus check for Minnesota. There are two reasons why Democrats could go ahead with the stimulus checks. First, Minnesota is still sitting on top of a $9 billion surplus, thanks to a tax high collection. The state budget office estimated $9 billion in surplus money in March. Second, the governor, during his campaign trail speeches, reminded voters of his plan to use the surplus money to send up to $1,000 stimulus checks to individuals and up to $2,000 to couples. Governor Walz proposed sending another stimulus check again this year without reaching a consensus on how to spend the budget. And also, government employees in Georgia can expect a sizable direct payment next week. It comes after officials decide to offer a bonus Christmas check. The state is looking to retain more workers as they have struggled to come up with enough money to pay first responders, utility workers, and other positions. The Board of Commissioners has told reporters this week that the residents deserve sustainable, high-quality county government services, and those made possible by a strong, reliable workforce. Payments will vary depending on the position. Full-time employees are set to receive $1,000, while part-time will get $750. Workers should receive payments starting this week. Also, the Gwinnett County School District employees are set to receive a bonus of $1,000 in December, with as many as 21,000 workers eligible. It comes from the school district, and it gave out the bonuses of $700 last year to the full-time employees.
The gentleman from New Jersey, Mr. Malinowski, and the gentleman from Louisiana, Mr. Graves, will each control 20 minutes. Chair recognizes the gentleman from New Jersey.
Mr. Speaker, I ask unanimous consent that all members may have 5 legislative days within which to revise and extend their remarks and include extraneous material on H.R. 1917 as amended.
Without objection.
Mr. Speaker, I yield myself such time as I may consume.
Gentleman is recognized.
I rise in support of H.R. 1917. This bipartisan bill, sponsored by Congresswoman Lizzie Fletcher, makes it easier for municipalities to access federal funds to protect people and property from disasters, like the major floods that have hit my state of New Jersey and other states across the country. For every $1 taxpayer dollar invested in mitigation, up to $13 are saved. The vast majority of FEMA's mitigation investments are made via the agency's longest-running mitigation grant program, the Hazard Mitigation Grant Program, or HMGP, which began in 1989. Since then, more than $5 billion have been obligated to HMGP projects, but due to various issues, including lack of capacity and
Average cost of a gallon of gas hit $5.16 as of June 14th. This is the all-time record high price, and since many people cannot eliminate gasoline usage or even significantly cut down their fuel costs, these surging prices have hit hard. As a result, lawmakers are naturally considering ways to provide relief, including potentially sending out another stimulus payment. Proposals to help the public cope with gas prices exist at the federal level as well as in some states. One plan put forth on the federal level, for example, is called the Gas Rebate Act of 2022. It would provide a monthly rebate during any month when the national average cost of gas is $4 or more. The rebate would last through the end of 2022 and would total $100 per adult and per dependent for single filers earning less than $75,000 or joint filers earning less than $150,000. It would phase out at higher income levels, with single filers getting no rebate once their income topped $80,000. And married joint filers losing the rebate with an income of $160,000 or higher. Now, state plans exist in certain locations because in early June, for example, North Carolina Democrats put forth a plan to send money to residents via check or debit card. The money would come in the form of a $200 rebate to North Carolina residents and would be available by October 1st to anyone who is 18 or over. Now, this is a bit different from the past stimulus checks that have come from the federal government because those were able to be deposited into people's bank accounts if they provided the information, and while these payments would come in the form of a debit card or check only. So the child tax credit in 2022 will return to conditions offered by the IRS before the American Rescue Plan expanded it. The amount of the credit is smaller, and eligibility is more restricted than last year. Under the rules which were established through the 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. These changes will be in effect through the 2025 fiscal year if no action is taken by Congress to modify the credit before then. A big change to help many families last year was, instead of receiving monthly installments on the credit they did from July to December of 2021, the money will be distributed